Welcome back, Officers Republics. Of course, on Roll Police Chief APGAINS. Another episode of APGAINS at work. It's APGAINS, but I'm at work. We're talking the new TB. Little wrap up for you guys. Some of you guys played, some of you guys didn't. Really quickly, unimpressed for the most part. I think it can best be summed up as you see here, 400 million GP, and we didn't get a single star day one. So, already looking strong. But I think it can best be summed up as like how would I say it? The JMK Ultimate mission, if that makes any sense, right? Let me just show you the JMK Ultimate mission real quick, just so you guys remember. What I mean by the JMK Ultimate mission is that as long as you meet the requirements, you can't possibly lose, from what I gather. From every person I've talked to, as long as you meet the requirements, you can kind of just cakewalk through. Now, there are some exceptions. Oh, I don't actually want to do this terrible, terrible event. It's cool and thematic and stuff like that, but I've already done that event literally inside of the territory battle because they just reuse all of the same game assets, which is kind of annoying. But for phase one, we'll have a phase two kind of maybe stream, depending on how my meetings go today, since I am at work. But as far as phase one is concerned, if you can go into a battle, you can beat the battle, and you can generally 2-star them. I mean, there were some exceptions where I went in with like a GG team you guys saw on a video. I went with like a GG team here, but it didn't have B1 or B2. It was like GG plus Piet, and they got the floor wiped with them, and they couldn't even get the first phase. But to be honest, that's just going in with like random Dark Side Relic 5 characters, so I wouldn't really consider that. But every other mission where we went in with teams that met the requirements, obviously, but also had synergy, it was a cakewalk. It was a 2 out of 2 cakewalk. And I imagine that if I had the holy EP Mara team that's supposedly so amazing for this for Darkside and the neutral one, I would have had a 2 out of 2 instead of a 0 out of 2 on that one where I used that shitty GG team. So as far as P1 is concerned, P1 is thoroughly unimpressive. P2 is going to also be kind of boring, I would imagine, since the next planet is Geonosis, so we're probably going to get more reworked or reused gameplay from Light Side and Dark Side GOTB. Phase 2 for the middle, I actually haven't looked at. Felucia, okay, so maybe we'll have some unique backdrops to play in, which should be fun. I actually just realized I will not be able to show that because we didn't get our first star here. So that will be more of a day 3 thing. Which is kind of sad, but oh well, that's something that we're gonna have to deal with. And then day 2 over here is Braca, which should maybe be fun. There's only 3 missions here, which is kind of weird. And this is what I don't get, right? Like this first planet to 3-star, you need 250 million GP put down. But there's like what 1, 2, 3. I guess there's only 3, 4 battles plus a ship node. And we couldn't do that. And then P2, it's the same thing, but there's 3 battles in a ship node. And a max clear is only 250,000. It's like millions in GOTB, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 250 over here too? Yeah, they're all 250. This just seems... I don't know if I'm crazy or an idiot, but it just seems like... Oh, this one you can get up to 341,000. That's so weird. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to understand the math behind 250,000 GP when you need 400 million per zone. And of course, my game just started lagging, which is unfortunate. I guess the terrible BlueStacks problems follow you everywhere you go. All right, so we'll have maybe a stream later today, so keep a lookout for that. But yeah. P1 boring and kind of easy, so bye-bye. I'm gonna go back to work.